Hey guys, and welcome back to TMB Artistry. I have another look for you today inspired by my photographer and a flower that he had in his studio. So starting off with this orange color, this is an orange from the Morphe 35B palette that is now discontinued. I am extremely sad about this because this palette is absolutely everything. It had every color in the rainbow that you could possibly need for any look. So I'm hoping in the near future that Morphe will put out another palette that is just as great, if not better, featuring even more better pigmented looks. And eyeshadows and all of that, but for now I'm using the rest of what I have of that palette. So I am going to be listing all of the numbers of the brushes that I used because I think most of the brushes I used were from Morphe. Not all of them, but a lot of them were. So I'll go ahead and list all of those in the description box. Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye, and I'm bringing this eyeshadow up into the eyebrow. So I want it to blend into the eyebrow at an angle because I'm kind of changing the shape of my eye. It's kind of just like how I want the look to flow. And there's no rules in makeup. You do what you want to do, and this is what I wanted to do. So we did it. Okay? Okay. So next color that we're applying is a pink from the exact same palette. And this is I want to say a pointed blending brush from Morphe. Again, I'll list all the numbers of the brushes so you know. And I'll do them in order too, so then you know which ones are which. None of these brushes have I paid, I think, over $12 for, and they are high quality brushes. So if you have not gotten any Morphe brushes, girl, you need to invest in some Morphe brushes because they'll literally change your life and they really make the looks come out really great. So anyway, I'm going back and forth with this pink because we want this to melt into each other. It is going to be a cut crease, but we really want these colors to melt. So I'm building up color and blending as I go. Taking those two deepest purples from the 35B palette from Morphe again, we're going to take a smaller pointed blending brush from Morphe once again, and we're going to create a V shape on the outer part of the eye and bring that purple into the crease, like as deep as into the crease as your crease basically bends, because we want to make sure that we are putting down enough eyeshadow so that when we go in to cut the crease with the concealer, we won't have to go back in, reapply, blend, and then possibly mess up the line that we created with the cut crease. So we are just focusing on packing on that purple color as much as possible with that detailed brush, and then I'm going to be going back and forth between the purple and the pink, and then the pink and the orange, and making sure that everything is blended out really nice. Now, I find that especially when you are doing looks like these that involve a lot of color, you have to be willing to take your time. It is very frustrating when you are starting a look out and it's very colorful and you don't want to spend so much time on it, but the look isn't coming out right. And if you would have just spent a little bit more time blending, then it would have kind of all fallen together, because that's what makeup artistry is. Everything looks a mess in the beginning and it looks like it doesn't make sense. It looks like it's not going to look good. And then a really terrible look can be a pop-in look if you add some lashes. You just kind of have to like stick it out all the way through the look and just trust yourself that you know what you're doing and that you're applying the color. And you just, you work with what you get. And if what you get is not exactly what you were wanting, you do it again. So one of my major struggles that I had starting out as a makeup artist was my eyes are two different shapes, and one of my eyes just kind of gives me a harder time. Like this eye right here that I'm doing right now gives me a harder time every time I do a look because it's shaped totally different than the other. So I have to compensate for that and basically place the eyeshadows a little differently, one a little higher up and one a little lower down, you know what I mean? So yeah. And then blending, you feel like you're blending forever, and you are. Honestly, if you need a look to if you want a look to turn out perfect, you're gonna blend for a while, and it's not gonna be quick, and it's not gonna be easy, and you're gonna feel like things are taking forever. But trust me, the longer you blend, the better it will be. I promise. It'll be Twitter worthy. It'll go viral. Just take your time on it. Okay, so now I'm just going back and forth, making sure that both eyes are the same, blending wise, shape wise, pigmentation wise, all of that. I'm getting happy. Okay, now with a flat, I don't know if this brush is synthetic or not, but it's a flat brush from Morphe. I'm going in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer in 330, and I am cutting the lid. So this brush is absolutely perfect. This one is one of the ones in the comment, or not in the comment, in the description box that you want to look up. And if you don't get any other brush, get this one. It's perfect for carving out brows, perfect for carving out lids, all of that. You need all of that, okay? It's detrimental. You need it. So I'm just solidifying the shape. I'm looking like kind of, I have the viewfinder on my camera, and then I look in my mirror to make sure that I'm seeing the same thing the camera is seeing, so that everything is matching up. I saw that I lost some of the pigmentation of the purple, so I just went back in with that small pointed detailer and kind of reapplied, and then went back in with that flat shader and reapplied the concealer so that everything is cut nice, period. Okay. So now I'm blending out the edges so that we can go ahead and do this for the eyeshadow we're going to be putting on our lid, where we just cut it out. Can't remember. Okay, there you go, yeah. So now I'm going in with MAC pigments in Melon and Copper. And I'm taking a MAC, I can't remember what number, I want to say 213. I don't know if that's right or not. But a MAC eyeshadow brush, the goat-haired one. And I don't think MAC even has this brush anymore because they switched all their brushes to synthetic hair. I don't know why they did that. Anyway, that's besides the point. I went in with those two pigments and I filled, oh, look at me. Okay, and I just filled the lid where we cut it at, because I wanted it to be kind of golden and iridescent right there, because the rest of the look is going to be dark. So that was just a little sneak peek of what's to come. Anyway, doing the same thing on the other eye. We're just carving out the shape, blending, carving, placing, blending, moving on. Okay, yeah, I was like, yeah, okay. Again, you're probably gonna have to go back in with that purple, because I found that once you cut the crease, the purple just doesn't hit like it was before. So, yeah, probably gonna have to go back in a little bit and just blend out a little more. Again, with those two pigments, go ahead and put down that on the cut crease. It's hard not to repeat your words that you're saying when you do these. I feel like I've said cut crease 10,000 times now. Okay. If you can hear my dog in the background, she's snoring. I have tried so many times to record this. We're just gonna have to deal with this audio piece, okay? Because I cannot catch a break. Okay, now we're going in with an e.l.f. blending brush and the Huda Beauty Electric Colors palette. It's the 9 eyeshadow palette one. And we're going in with that deep blue on the bottom left corner. They don't have names, so just take my word for it. It's the deep blue on the bottom left corner, not the metallic one, but the matte one. So I'm going in with an e.l.f. blending brush, and I am just placing that on the very outer corner, blending it into that purple. And then with the same blending brush we use for the orange, I'm taking that exact same orange and blending out the very edge of that blue to blend into the two pigments. Because do you see the contrast that we're coming up with right here? At this point in my makeup, I was like, oh, Leah, you're doing something, honey. Look at these colors. I was really feeling it at this point. Like, I was getting really happy about how this look was turning out. And when I applied that orange right next to that deep blue, I was like, oh, take my life. It's over. This is all I need. I was really happy with this look, you guys. Anyway, okay. Doing the same thing to the other eye. Just, do you see, like, when you blend, when you take your time and blend, just how seamless everything looks? It just melts into, because I always wondered on like Instagram when I see photos, like, how do they just make their colors melt into each other? And it really means you have to spend like 30 minutes blending. Really like 30, at least 25. And especially like in the studio, I think it takes me like close to 4 hours to film, honestly. Close. I think I filmed this in like 2.5, almost 3. But it really does take time. Like setup, and then like battery dying, have to switch the battery out, upload the files you have on your SD card because your SD card gets full, and then put it back in, readjust lighting, set up again, film. It's really a lot. So it's like, yeah, what was I doing with that? It's just a lot. So blend. It means blend. Take your time blending because you're gonna be sitting there for a while anyway, and it's worth it to have like a really perfect look, seamless look. You really like worked on look. I think that's how P. Louise Makeup Academy does it, because their eyeshadow looks are incredible. Okay, so for this inner corner, this flower, the thumbnail picture that we took right here, on this video, the flower has these like neon green spots on it, on the petals, and so I'm taking a green, like one of the lightest greens in the 35B palette. I just put that in the crease, and then this is a purple lip gloss from MAC, and I'm just putting that all over because I thought a good simple look would do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and until next time, I will see you later.